Peace and blessings, world, and welcome to another edition of Fresh Perspective, where we give you a different look on today's hot topics. And today we're going to cover the preseason. First, I'd like to introduce our panel. I'm going to talk to the young and talented Mr. Courtney Chappelle. How you doing today, brother?
What's the word, John? We good. Let's go.
And I also have the great orator and tactician, Mr. D. Burtz. What's going on?
Man, we're here to talk about the sport that I love. Ain't no boycott here. It's football season. Let's talk.
And I'm your host, Irvin Hawkins, man. DB, let's get into it, man. Anything that you've seen in the preseason, man, that's got you excited about this season so far?
Well, I'll tell you like this. I think when in regards to the preseason, I think the good thing about the preseason has actually been going on off the field. And it has to deal with the whole boycotting of the league, the movement of the league. And I am one to believe that NFL should take a closer look in helping bridge the gap for racial equality in this country, due to the fact that me falling in love with the game of football came from the camaraderie and the brotherhood that I share with all ethnicities. I played with white players, black players, mixed players, Asian players, you name it, I balled with them. And when you're on my team, we ride or die. We're supposed to be brothers for one another. And I believe that that's the most intriguing storyline of the NFL preseason so far. I mean, you have some rookie quarterbacks and some rookies coming out there looking good. Deshaun Kaiser, Deshaun Watson, Mitch Trubisky, Patrick Mahomes III. They're playing some exceptional ball. But as far as the veteran players, it's the usual suspects. Odell took a big hit where he took a regular hit. I don't think the play was dirty. I think it was a football play. And he's all right, big boys. People get hurt every day, B, like I said earlier. And he's back. And he'll be ready to go week one, and that's all I care about.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about that protest that you just brought up in the camaraderie and the brotherhood. Like, how do you feel about the people who, feel like the NFL has kind of treated Kaepernick unfairly because in no way, shape, or form was Kaepernick just about disrespecting the flag or the country. He was about bringing awareness to people being mistreated. So how do you feel the camaraderie and the unity of football can help to even deal with the situations that Kaepernick was bringing up in the first place? Talk to me about that.
Well, as far as Colin Kaepernick goes, my stance still remains. Colin Kaepernick opted out of his job. So when you opt out your job in that profession, you bet on yourself. He bet wrong. Now, I still strongly feel that was the situation that happened with that. But to acknowledge the fact that what his stance was about and bringing awareness to situations pertaining to black unarmed men being the subject of police brutality in this country and the inequality of our race, I support that 100%. As far as him being blackballed, I think he's actually going through the due process, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run because he's going to end up going to a team that needs his services, opposed to him just being on a team, playing and going through the motions just to appease the people who think he's big.
But you had brought up and before we let Courtney get in, you had brought up a big point. I want you to speak on that unity of the team. Like, how does that help? Because just turning a blind eye to it, acting like it's not happening, to me, that doesn't help the situation at all. I want to speak on that unity of the team. How can we use that aspect to help not only bring awareness, but to help people to, get to a certain point? But just acting like it's not there, that's not going to cut it.
I think players of other ethnicities are starting to get it. You've seen Chris Long support Jenkins, Malcolm Jenkins.
Hey, salute to Chris Long too. Much love.
You've seen Mr. Britt with Michael Bennett. You've seen some players last night for the Cleveland Browns, even though Hugh Jackson misunderstood the pulse of his team, but I think he kind of get it now. So we're starting to get the ball rolling. You've seen Derek Carr with Khalil Mack before their preseason game. You've seen players standing with Marshawn Lynch before their preseason game. So I think that ball is starting to turn and that ball is starting to move. But as far as Colin Kaepernick is concerned, I still feel that this is a business move, and this move is going to allow him to be in a situation where he is needed, where he again holds the leverage on how much money he gets before he even shows how good he is as a football player. That's just what I believe, and I'm not going to change that.
Okay, good point. So, Young Talented, man, what's going on, man? How do you feel about this preseason so far, this NFL preseason? What stood out to you?
Preseason is boring. It's always boring. Shout out to Jabril Peppers. He out there laying hats. I like that. He out there showing up. I'm definitely watching him. He's around. That's what I'm liking so far. The Odell hit was dirty. It was legal. It wasn't an illegal hit. It shouldn't be fine, but it was dirty. He had ample amount of room and area to tackle him outside of going for that particular leg. If you view the play again, he didn't have to. He could have went thigh up. He could have went hip up. He could have went any which way he wanted. I feel like he dove at that leg. But it's cool. You know, it's a part of the world you win. You got to know what's coming. As far as the whole protest and the unity thing, I mean, it's cool. I appreciate the support in it. Appreciate everybody getting behind and coming together as brothers and supporting each other. As far as Cap go, Cap's still trash. I'm not gonna change on the fact that I think he's trash. That's not gonna stop at all. But will he get a shot in this league? I'm almost sure he'll be on somebody's team. Outside of that, preseason really been boring to me. Deshaun Kai's out there throwing the football. Let me see. Somebody else I've seen out there doing their thing. Mitchell Trubisky looks much better than I actually thought of him.
Yeah, I thought Mitch was going to be trash, but
right, that Patrick Mahomes kid got an arm on him. He definitely got an arm on him.
Well, young talent,
the running back kid who worked his way through that Cleveland running back field. I cannot remember his name right now.
Talking about Duke Johnson.
He's balling. Oh, and that Cowboy tight end, boy, oh boy, is he scary.
Number 80. I was hoping that bro get cut so he could come to the Ravens, man. I like his game a lot.
All y'all need to do was sign Kaepernick and everything would have been good for y'all.
But hold on a quick second, because Young Talent mentioned something about that hit.
No, you're not gonna run from what I just said either.
Hold on. We'll get back to that. I'm gonna go back to that hit. Now the thing with the hit is like, what is a player to do? You can't hit the guy in the head. You can't hit, you can't hit people in certain places. So what is a defensive player supposed to do?
Hey, Court, before you chime in, can I give one snippet on that? Being a player of football for a few years, I can really say that it's some people who play the game dirty. And for me, in that particular play, I can see both sides of the perspective where he was slipping. He was just trying to make a tackle. But then I can also see the other side of the perspective where he targeted the man. And hopefully this young man is on the side of just trying to make a football play. I'm out of position. I'm just trying to make a tackle, opposed to trying to end Odell Beckham Jr. season.
He didn't try to make he was out of position, though. If you look at the play, he's looking dead on and threw his shoulder that way. Trying to make a play. He's looking dead at him. That's not, I'm just trying to make a play, I'm out of position. He threw his shoulder completely at the leg.
So young talent, what are you implying? What's your implication?
It was purposely hit him in the leg.
I just think it's easy to look at it in slow motion, but I just think in fast motion, I just didn't see that from him. That's just my opinion.
But isn't there an unwritten brotherhood rule in the NFL? It's like D. Birch, you can kind of speak to this because you play football on a high level. Isn't there like a brotherhood out there that people aren't purposely trying to hurt the other guy?
See him? Did anybody see him?
I'm gonna tell you something, Hawk. I always thought that was true, but you do have people who play the game dirty. It's just people that play the game. I didn't realize that till I got to college and played college ball. My first game was when I realized. I said, "Man, what are you doing? Like, you done made the tackle. The tackle is done. This guy is really trying to bend my leg back in under the pile."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I didn't know the game was played like that till I got to a higher level. So for this situation, in my opinion, I just didn't feel like he was targeting Odell Beckham Jr. ankle, and I hope that's the case. But I understand both sides of the argument, though. I really do.
And you know,
Did
back to
anybody see? Did anybody hold on when that man hit him and Odell rolled over in pain? Did anybody see that man look back one time?
They usually don't do that.
Man, if you don't cut it out,
They usually don't. I'm
when
just telling.
you go listen, that man did not look back one time.
No,
He got his ass right off
they
the field
usually,
and ran.
I'm just saying in the game of football, usually in most cases, unless the player, I'm trying to make a statement. I'm saying usually, unless those two players have great respect for one another, then after you make a hit, you move, you go. You don't look back and see if the man okay right after the hit. Now, if when you turn around and see the man down, you immediately drop to the knee and pray for him, hope he okay. That's
Did
all
you
you get.
see him turn around?
No.
Statement was voided. You didn't have to make that statement because that was my point. You never saw him turn around. He got
I never said,
up and walked.
And walked
You
away.
never seen him turn around.
He walked away.
You never seen him turn around.
So you trying to tell me and you right now, I smack you, you get a concussion, and I get up and walk away. I did that on purpose,
bro. I'm not. Again,
I just ask you a question. If I hit you hard enough to injure you, and I get up and walk away, and don't immediately turn around and make sure you're okay, I did that with the intent of injuring you. That's what you're telling me.
You gonna answer my question, or you want to go to your topic? Because we're not talking about concussions, so I'm not talking about concussions.
Okay, fine. Open field tackle. I can line you up and jump in your chest, but I hit you right on your knee, and you get injured, and I get up and walk away. I did that on purpose.
Fair enough. You think it ain't dirty? I know NFL players that tweeted it was a dirty play. It was legal, but it was dirty. NFL players say it's dirty hit. He did not have to.
And unless 100% of,
you want to keep acting like the man was in the air.
I only think that they say it's dirty because it's Odell Beckham Jr. If that would have happened to some regular player, they would have said it was a routine play. That's just how I feel about it.
I'm saying, but where is a defensive player supposed to hit you? We only supposed to hit on the jersey now? You can't hit on the head. What are they supposed to do?
They really at the mercy of the game, man. You just got to make the tackle. Hopefully that these players keep coming up. They keep teaching them the right fundamentals on how to make proper tackles, and that's all you can go for, man. As long as there's no head hunting out there, I'm good with getting the man down by any means necessary. As long as you ain't trying
well, how do you feel about the fact that it's okay to go at a receiver's knees, but if you get within 5 inches of Tom Brady's knees, he gonna look at the referee and he gonna throw the flag? How do you feel about the league saying it's okay to hit somebody else's knees, but you can't hit the quarterbacks?
I think that's crap. Personally, as somebody who played the game and like to tackle and make tackle, I was the one to go for the chest. I'm chest jumping, and if I can't chest jump, I'm trying to hit you between your thigh and right in the thigh and the knee area. And if I go low, it's really a wrap up tackle. That's just how I learned how to tackle.
Okay, that's shout out to that good coaching in Douglas County in the Pee Wee League.
Yeah. Shout out to the Tiger Cub organization, man. Y'all produced some good ones. Ricky Dobbs, All Pro fullback Mike Tobin. Y'all did a great job with us.
Again, I don't care. It's not an illegal hit. People get hit all the time. You got to know it's coming. I know Odell was in the air. So that being said, him in the air, you can hit that man any of which of way outside of the bottom leg on his knee.
Okay, got you.
Because in real life, when he got hit, you don't carry him to fold like that, and it's a complete tackle. Like he wrap him up, he gonna snap his knee. If
like I said again, I just disagree. Odell jumped up in the air, and if you can't jump up as high as him to hit him in his chest, you ain't gonna hit him nowhere else. Or what you saying? You want to wait till Odell Beckham come down, then try to hit him? That what you want?
Well, I feel like defense
basketball. I don't have to let you come down.
I feel like defensive backs or defensive players they're at a disadvantage.
Oh,
But I'll tell you real quick. I'll tell you what I Tariq Cohen. I was on him. He's out of T. I wanted the Ravens to draft him.
Yeah.
He went to Chicago.
Me and you had a
This man
conversation
is
about Tariq
amazing.
Cohen.
Absolutely, I got my eyes on him. I enjoy him. Also, what I'm getting out of the preseason, your boy Jay Cutler. I'm sorry, man. Every time I think about Jay Cutler, I think about that said when he said, "I caught Black Street in a black Jeep in the back street," because Jay Cutler is showing you how to rob right now. Oh, he's showing you how to rob.
So
this man has struck again.
I wanna ask you this: how's he showing you how to rob? By having a relationship with a head coach and putting up some of his best numbers in his career with that head coach? Four weeks before the season starts. I just want to know.
That's a fair question, but I've been feeling like Jay Street in the black Jeep.
I've been waiting to talk to you about this. How are you gonna skip to the Miami Dolphins and Jay Cutler situation when he was with your team first and y'all said no? Y'all quarterback still ain't there.
This is him robbing is not about Kaepernick. Him robbing is about him being done. And him being done for a couple of years now.
Is he a better quarterback than Matt Moore? Is he a better quarterback than Matt Moore? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Probably so.
Okay, then that's why he got the job. Done deal.
How 50 Cent said, R.I.P. P.A.C. I'm telling you, this is how to rob 101. This man is done. You're going to see when the season starts. He might even have equal interceptions to touchdowns by the end of this season. The man is done. He should be commentating. He's done.
What if he proves you wrong? All he got to do is play. All he got to do is do better than they think Ryan Tannehill was going to do, which I don't think was going to be much.
I'll be man enough to come on this show before the world and say that I was wrong. But right now, he's robbing boys to men like he's Michael Bivens.
I just don't agree with that.
Can I got a question. You feel like he's robbing them, right? But I have a question. How am I robbing them when I was at home with my kids and my wife enjoying life and they called me? I didn't go to them and for workouts. They came to me. How am I robbing them?
That's not a question for me.
I'm telling you, by the end of the season.
No, you didn't. No, you got to answer the question. How am I robbing you if you came and offered me $10 million to play? I was with my kids. So I got a question for you right now, Herb.
I'm listening to you,
If somebody
family.
came and said, I got $10 million for you right now, and come do this job. Though you don't want to do this job, you really don't care for the job that much. But it's $10 million. You're not going to take it?
I mean, I guess I have to catch Black Street in a black Jeep in the back street also.
All I'm saying is,
listen. He's a burglar. He's a burglar.
I just want to paint a football picture for you, right?
Hold
on, listen. When the situation came about, the best quarterbacks available was Tony Romo, who said he's not going to play, Jay Cutler, and Colin Kaepernick, right? Then they reached out to Kyle Orton and they reached out to Tim Tebow. Now we're gonna narrow it down to two because Tony ain't playing for nobody unless it's the Cowboys. He plugged in. Kyle Orton said he don't want to play no more. And Tim Tebow is not better than Colin Kaepernick or Jay Cutler. So we got Jay Cutler, we got Colin Kaepernick. Correct. Now we got Jay Cutler, who's been in this offense before, who put up great numbers by his standards in this offense, has a relationship with the coach, knows the playbook, knows the check with me's, know the audibles, know everything related to football that's got to deal with this offense. He already knows it. Opposed to Colin Kaepernick, the quarterback, who we have to change our offense to, who we have to cater to, who we have to do all this stuff for him to be a great player in 4 weeks. Who would you pick?
Listen, man, I got to get Kurt Franklin for robbing God's people.
You're not hearing
I understand what you're saying.
Who are you going to pick with 4 weeks to go?
My statement, my sentiment, my thought prospect, my perspective has nothing to do with the fact that he was chosen over Kaepernick. It has everything to do with the fact that I thought Jay Cutler was done in Chicago a couple years ago. Cuddy been robbing. Cuddy been burglarizing the NFL. And hey, I'm going to keep it all the
He,
way
he ain't that much
100.
different. He ain't that much different from Joe Flacco.
Ain't that much different at all. Ain't that much different at all. No.
He ain't that much different than Joe Flacco.
Y'all not gonna do nothing without number 52.
Hold on. D-Bird, forget about that.
Wow. He's a champion.
Get out of here. Get out of here, bro.
Champion.
All right. Keep singing. I want to hear that this year.
And listen, man. Y'all listening to Fresh Perspective, man. And we're you're listening to Fresh Perspective, man. We having a good time talking about the preseason. NFL is upon us. There's a lot of people who's talking about this boycott. Is saying that Jay Cutler knew how to rob. I'm on wax this thing, and you know, at the end of the season, if Jay, then y'all just going to admit stuff is documented. I'm saying so. Talent about the preseason. What's your final perspective on everything, and what are you most excited about?
I just want the season to start. Preseason is boring. I really don't think it's for starters. I really think it's for people who's making the team. It's just ready for the football season to start. Let's get the games rolling. Let's see who's what, and let's get to it. I still think the Patriots probably going to come out of the AFC. The person I think is in their way is Pittsburgh. I think the Giants will come out. Of course, but the only people in the way, probably Atlanta. Atlanta gonna take care of most of the people that might. So Atlanta's pretty much in the way. But outside of that, it's time to go.
Okay, DB, you back with us. What's your final perspective on the preseason of the NFL this year?
I think the NFL need to figure out another way to evaluate players and allow people the opportunity to make teams through camps and scrimmages, because these preseason games they're just a waste of time. I think the preseason is to get the players acclimated on getting ready to play actual football games. So I think they should do one home, one away, just to get used to traveling, being away from your family 1 week, and then being at home, coming to home games, and going through your meetings and your preparation to get ready to play a game the next week. Because we risking players getting injured. Because, I mean, you got to look at Odell Beckham's situation. That was a routine out, high pass, come down, catch the ball, somebody go at his leg, out for the season. It could have went a long way. We need to remove that part of the game and figure out another way for players to have an opportunity to earn a chance to be in the NFL without having to play 12 quarters on national TV to do it.
Okay, and I'll say this. My final perspective on. I think you make a good point, DB, about shortening the preseason. I actually am one who enjoys the preseason because I like to see the guys who are fighting for the team, and I like to see whether they make it or not. If they cut 2 preseason games, they're not going to get rid of that revenue. People are paying full price for these preseason tickets, so the only alternative, they're not going to just get rid of them. They want to make them live games, and I'm not sure if that's the answer either. But in terms of the boycott, I have to admit, I'm not sure where this situation should go. You got people on both sides. You got people that are upset about the protests, talking about they're going to boycott. You got people upset that they feel like Kaepernick is being wrongfully treated, saying that they're going to boycott. And then, DB, you brought up a very strong point that I didn't consider, where you spoke about the unity on these teams, and you spoke about the fact that all of these different people, everything that they've gone through training camp, it's almost like they become family. And it seems like that situation there is ideal, but it's whew, it's a it's a lot right now. Now I'm really not sure how I feel about the whole thing. I enjoy the NFL. I feel like the people who are upset about Cat being treated a particular way, I understand where they're coming from. The people on the other side, I'm not so sure about why they're so angry. I would love to have open dialogue with somebody about it, but I guess I'll sum this up to say I'm still excited about the season, and I hope the conversations that are created due to these different protests will allow us to get to that place where we need to be. But once again, you guys were listening to Fresh Perspective. Thanks for tuning in. If you like what we're doing, please subscribe. Please tell a friend. Please hit the like button, and please leave comments. We definitely love to interact with the people that's watching the show. Peace and blessings.